Podcast. I am your host, Nizzy, and in this video, you guys, we got another installment of our top 10 list going into the 2021 NFL season, where we're going ahead and breaking down the top 10 players of each position group. Heading into the season here, you guys, we're just rounding out the rest of the offensive side of the ball here, you guys. We're going to be finishing it off with the offensive line here today. Already done all the other positions. You can check out those videos out on my channel. But we'll go ahead and get right into it, you guys. So in the number one spot for offensive lineman heading into the 2021 season, we got at guard from the Indianapolis Colts, Quentin Nelson. This guy's an absolute beast, man. Started all 16 games last year. Only had 7 penalties called against him throughout those 16 games started. This isn't including his playoff stretch there as well. But just an outstanding guard. Definitely one of the top guys in the league today. Was a staple on that offensive line, helping keeping Phillip Rivers up last year. And I think he's going to be a big help for Carson Wentz. If Carson Wentz can come back, obviously you guys probably heard about that ankle injury he suffered a couple days ago, so we're not even sure if Carson's going to be playing this season, depending on how severe that injury is. But this guy's an absolute beast, man. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first-team All-Pro. Basically, he's made the Pro Bowl and first-team All-Pro in each of his first 3 seasons in the league. The dude's probably just going to continue to get better here, so I'm going with Quentin Nelson, you guys, in the number 1 slot for the top offensive lineman in 2021. In the number 2 slot, you guys, we got Corey Linsley he's with the Chargers now. He used to be the center for Green Bay, my Green Bay Packers. Lost one of the best centers, if not the best center in the league last year. Unfortunately, we just couldn't afford him. But the Chargers got a good one, man. They're going to have a phenomenal center just quarterbacking that offensive line. He's going to be a great addition to that offensive line, helping keeping Justin Herbert up. The dude was just phenomenal last season. Earned first-team All-Pro last year. Only 12 penalties called on this guy in the 7 years he's been in the league. I mean, that's absolutely insane. 12 penalties, you guys, in 7 years in the league. He had 0 penalties called on him last year. So the dude is just super efficient. Like I said, he's the quarterback of your offensive line there, calling out all the offensive line plays, all the switches, protection coverages, things like that. Corey Linsley's just a bona fide leader on that offensive line, and the Chargers got an absolute steal. Being able to get him, especially now that he's going to be alongside Brian Bulaga, his old teammate there from the Packers. So they got 2 great ex-Packers on there now, and Justin Herbert's going to be just having a field day, being able to have all that time in the pocket with those 2 guys, keeping them upright. So got Corey Linsley at that number 2 slot, you guys. Number 3, we're going to go ahead and take Trent Williams, offensive tackle from the 49ers. Guy's getting up there in age a little bit, but he's still an absolute beast. Started 14 games for him last season. Primed up for another solid season again this year. Hopefully they got their quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, healthy all season. They could probably make a good push for a Super Bowl. I mean, they got an absolutely stacked team over there in San Fran. Trent Williams is just one of the premier tackles in the league today. Just a beast out there. 8-time Pro Bowler, so you know the guy has always been at the top of his game for pretty much the entirety that he's been in the league. So no surprise he falls into the number 3 slot for offensive linemen here in 2021, you guys. And then in the number 4 slot, we're going back home to Green Bay here, you guys. We're taking left tackle David Bakhtiari from the Packers. Only had 12 games started last year. Obviously went down with that season-ending ACL injury. Pretty unfortunate. Not sure if he's going to be ready to roll here at the start of the season. He might be missing the first 3 or 4 games of the season. We'll have to see what happens. I know that his off-season rehab has been progressing quite well, so maybe he'll be ready in week 2 or 3. Might be able to get him back a little bit early. But in those 12 games he did play last year, he only had 4 penalties called against him, which is nice. Not taking a lot of penalties. He's got one of the quickest first steps on the outside in the league. It's very tough for the pass rush to get around him on the edge there. He sets a wonderful edge. Like I said, got one of the quickest first steps from the snap of the ball in the league. 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first-team All-Pro. Absolute outstanding left tackle, probably one of the best, if not the best left tackles in the league. And we got him in that number 4 slot. So in the number 5 slot, guys, we got Zach Martin, the guard from the Dallas Cowboys. Started only 10 games last year, was dealing with some injuries. That whole offensive line and that whole team was kind of in shambles last year with injuries and new coach, new system in place. Things didn't really go well for the Cowboys last year. But in those 10 games he played, he didn't have any penalties called against him. He's a 4-time first-team All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler. So, one of the best guards in the league for the last, X amount of years. I would expect him to have a nice bounce back season, barring no other injuries, and re-cement himself as one of the top guards in the league here. So we got Zach Martin at number 5, you guys. And then number 6 slot, we're going to go ahead and take the center from the Philadelphia Eagles and Jason Kelce. Once again, just another guy who's been completely solid his entire career. Played all 16 games, not only last season, but over the last 6 years, he has not missed a game. I mean, that's just incredible durability on his part. 4-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first team All-Pro. Only had 4 penalties called against him in 2020. One of the best run blocking centers in the league. And he's just going to be one of those key guys on that offensive line to help Jalen Hurts progress here in his second year in the league, getting an opportunity to be the starter for the Eagles. So got Jason Kelce in that number 6 slot, you guys. Number 7, we're heading over to the Cleveland Browns. We're going to select guard Joel Bitonio. Got him in that number 7 slot. Played all 16 games in his last 4 seasons. So hasn't missed a game in 4 years. That's just incredible. Again, just the durability of this guy as well. A 3-time Pro Bowler. Only had 3 penalties called against him in 2020. So not a guy that takes a lot of penalties. Gets it done, stays with inside this block, doesn't have to hold guys, doesn't have to drag guys down to avoid having his quarterback get sacked. Obviously helps when you have a phenomenal run game and you're doing a lot of run blocking instead of pass blocking as well. Obviously with that 2-headed monster that they have there in the backfield in Cleveland. But Joel Bitonio is obviously one of the best guards in the league. He's been one of the best guards in the league for a couple of years now. So no surprise to find him on the top 10 here in the number 7 slot. In the number 8 slot, you guys, I went with Ronnie Stanley from the Ravens, the offensive tackle from the Ravens. Now this one could be, switched out a little bit. He didn't have a great season last season, but it wasn't because of, his quality of play going down. It's just because he had that injury. He only played 6 games last year before he had a season-ending injury, unfortunately. Hasn't played a lot of years in the league. Still a young guy. A lot of potential going forward. Obviously, because he only played 6 games last year, he never got any All-Pro honors or Pro Bowl honors. But in 2019, he did earn his first team All-Pro honors, as well as a Pro Bowl in 2019. So you know the caliber of tackle that this guy is. And barring that he can come back nice and healthy this year, I could see him being another first team All-Pro and a Pro Bowler as well this year. So got Ronnie Stanley in that 8 spot, you guys. And then in the 9 slot, we're going with a second-year guy. He had probably one of the best rookie seasons at tackle that we've seen in a long time. Obviously a Super Bowl champion. We're going to the Bucs here and taking Tristan Wirfs, their right tackle. Played all 16 games last year as a rookie for them. Made the NFL All-Rookie team last year. Super Bowl champion. Only had 4 penalties called against him as a rookie. So the guy was not taking penalties. He was just staying within his blocks. Did a phenomenal job for them as a rookie. I expect this guy probably to be able to get first team All-Pro honors this year in his second season in the league. He's looking to be one of those premier offensive tackles in the league for years to come. So I got Tristan Wirfs in the 9 slot, you guys. And then rounding out the top 10 here, you guys, we're going to have a little bit of bias as I'm a Green Bay Packer fan, and I've been keeping a close eye on this guy since he came into the league. I think he's going to be one of the best offensive linemen to be in the league for years to come, and that's Elton Jenkins. He's a guard for the Green Bay Packers. Really, you couldn't even call him a guard because he plays every single position on that offensive line. He had snaps at center for us last year, both tackle positions and both guard positions for us last year. So he's very versatile, can play every single position on the line very well. Only had 6 penalties called on him last year with switching all those positions, so not bad at all. Like I said, he played every position, got his first Pro Bowl honor last year as well. And I think this is a guy that has a high ceiling and has great potential to be first team All-Pro honors this year and probably get to another Pro Bowl. And hopefully we can add that title as Super Bowl champ by the end of the season for the Green Bay Packers. So got Elton Jenkins in that 10 spot, you guys, rounding out the list of the top 10 offensive linemen going into the 2021 season. We'll just rehash the list real quick, you guys. Quentin Nelson, guard for the Colts at number 1. Corey Linsley, the center for the Chargers at number 2. We went Trent Williams, tackle for the 49ers at number 3. We go big David Bakhtiari for Green Bay at number 4. Zach Martin from the Cowboys at number 5. Big center there, Jason Kelce from the Eagles at number 6. Went with Cleveland Browns, Joel Bitonio at number 7. Went to the Ravens for Ronnie Stanley at number 8. Tristan Wirfs, second-year guy from the Bucs at number 9. And then rounding out the list at 10, we got Elton Jenkins from the Packers, you guys. So that's my list, my opinion on the top 10 offensive linemen heading into this season. Would love to get your guys' opinion in the comments section down below of who you have in your top 10 O-linemen heading into the 2021 season. Obviously, you guys, appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and all the videos on my channel. Appreciate the support. Drop a like, subscribe if you so choose, and this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Chat signing off.